Okay, next experiment I'll be going to showing is demonstrating XML external entity injection. Okay, so for this I'm going to use mutillidae web application. Mutillidae web application I'm going to use. Okay, so here we will come across cross-site scripting, reflected XSS, all this kind of cross-site scripting, local file inclusion, remote file inclusion, all this kind of attacks will come over here in this concept. Okay. So what is this XML external entity injection? So first of all, what is XML and what is HTML? We'll see the difference. So before that, get into W3 schools. W3 schools, we get into W3 schools. So here open HTML tutorial. See, now with HTML, I want to color a web page. That is possible using CSS. So what is HTML? We are going to create a web page by using inbuilt tags available. Okay, we are going to create a web page by using inbuilt tags available. How about if we want to create our own tags? How about if we want to create our own tags? That is possible with XML. That is possible with XML. Now we will run this code. See, now we want to create our own tag. See, bookstore. This tag is not inbuilt. We are creating our own tag. Bookstore. It is opening here, closing here, and we have two sub elements created under this. One is for children category and another one is for web category. Okay. So what is XML? If a user want to create his own tag, that is possible with XML. Next, where this is used in real applications. Now we have a company server. The company is configuring the server according to their needs. The company is configuring the server according to their needs. So during that, the configuration, what they will do, that will be going to available. That will be available as XML. See now, a company has purchased some server and they want to configure the server. Okay, for Java sun.com XML NS name server J2EE. So they want to configure the server to Sun standards, Sun Java standards. So the whatever the configuration they are going to do, that will be available as a XML file. So what is this relation between this XML file and XML attack? Now, what the attacker will do here, the attacker will externally inject some code, externally inject some script in between the XML tags. Whatever how the attack happens here, the attacker will externally inject some script in between this XML tags and he will route the server. He will route the server to some other direction or some another malicious site. He will route the server to some other direction or some other malicious site. So this is about XML attack. See, this is the XML configuration done in NetBeans server. This is the XML configuration for an application done in XML server. Artifact ID, group ID. So suppose anything, whatever that is available in between the tag, if we change that, that is called as external XML external entity injection. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate the same here. In order to run this program, first we need to get into file system. We need to switch on XAMPP server. For that, get into file system, OPT lamp. I will check whether recording is happening. Yes, recording is happening. Get inside lamp, OPT lamp. Okay, now inside lamp you need to start this manager, Linux manager. Right click and hit open terminal. Now log in as super user sudo su password. Now /manager Linux x64 run. Now click on manage servers, start Apache and start MySQL database. Okay, now what to do is now get into browser and refresh this site. Now it will open XAMPP. XAMPP is turned on. It will open localhost dashboard, which is the site we want to navigate again, mutillidae main. And to get inside mutillidae main, for that get in OS 2017 external XML entity injection. 1 minute, it's not displaying. XML validator. You know what is the difference between XML and HTML? How XML external entity injection attack happens? That I will show you now. Open the script. First, just simple XML script. Now I'll first run a simple XML script. Simple XML. This is the main tag and this is the subtags. The simple XML is the root tag and these are the subtags. See, it has printed hello, hello12. This is the result. So this is a simple example of how to run a XML script. This simple example to run how an XML script. Now, next further I will show you how this kind of attack will happen. Next, here I'm going to use external XML entity injection. So not doc type foo. Foo is the name of this element, no name of the element. And here we have referred our subtag with XXE. Okay, so when this entity, when we're calling this entity XXE, it will display hello message. Now click on validate XML. Yes, it is displaying hello message. Now come back and remove this. And now you click on validate XML. It is not displaying anything. Okay. See why? Because not doc type. So this is a document type and name of the document is foo entity XXE hello. So this whenever we call XXE in between this message tag, that is subtag message, so it will display message hello. Whenever we call this ampersand XXE, this will print the statement that is associated with XXE, our external XML entity. That is what is the name of the XML external entity we have given here. What is the value of XML external entity? The value we have given here, hello. Okay. Whenever we use this XML external entity variable XXE in between this message tag, we will get the answer result as hello. Okay. Next one is I want to refer to some file. So I want to refer to some file in the system. I want to refer to some file in the system. file. So what is the name of the file? /etc/passwd. Click on validate XML. See, it has given all the sensitive details related to other users and their passwords. Same thing. So this we are coming across LF file, local file inclusion attack, which this I have shown in the previous tutorial, which is associated with ID or insecure direct object reference. This is an example for LFI attack. This I have shown in that sysctl.conf. Now click on validate XML. System control configuration file data. Okay. Next we'll go into for another type, cross-site request forgery. This is an example for cross-site request forgery. This is an example for injecting malicious virus in the server. So this is how the XXE attack happens. See. So now you come and see the images here. Anywhere in between, I can inject external XML entity injection. Now I can inject XML script anywhere in between, right? In this anywhere I can inject XML script in between, right? Malware XML script I can inject anywhere in this between, right? This is an example for XML external entity injection attack. Okay, if I inject any XML script in between, this will disrupt the working of company server or any application where our XML is running. So this is how the attacker use XML injected scripts to disrupt the working of company server. Come back to our script. So cross-site request forgery. This is an example for RFI attack, remote file inclusion attack. What I've shown before. Now from GitHub, I have collected a code called error.js. Okay, this error.js, this script, by particularly extracting this much, particularly, I can copy this and anywhere inside, if I paste this, so that will disrupt the server and reroute to some other direction. So this is an example for XML external entity injection. Now click on validate XML. See, error. So it is displaying some error. Okay. Next, I want to display an alert message. Not doc type, document type. His name is foo. Okay, I'm declaring an entity called XXE that I'm referring in the XML tag root. Okay, now click on validate XML. It is displaying just alert as a text message. Now I want to display it as an alert prompt. So why it is not displaying as a prompt? Okay, so we need to convert into parsed character data. When we convert this to parsed character data, we can do that. C data. What is C data? Parsed character data. So here in the character data, I'm calling script. And I'm closing the script here. I'm closing the script here. In between, I have called a prompt. In between, I have called a prompt that will just display 0. Yes. Text parser from XML is just a prompt. What is that C data? Parsed character data. So then it will display us the alert message. Here directly I'm calling hello message. So before, as I have not included this C data, parsed character data, it was just displaying alert as a text. Now it will display alert with alert box, alert function with alert box. Yes. Now I want to get related to session ID. Just change, just a small change. Just call this alert of document.cookie. Alert document.cookie. Close the script. So here the script is opened with parsed character data C data, and the script is closed with parsed character data, that is C data. Click on validate XML. See, it is giving us the session ID. Username admin, UID is 1, security is low. It is showing like this. So next we will show how server-side request forgery is done with XML injection. Here I'm calling nmap. I'm using nmap to scan port number 22. Here I'm using nmap to scan port number 22. Here I'm calling an XML script that scans nmap on our system in port number 22. Just click on validate XML. Port 22. See, failed to load this entity. Next I'll call 8080. Port 8080. Port 8080 is being used. That is what you're doing now, the web application. What you're running the web application, it is on port 8080 only. Just call port 80. Click on validate XML. See. The page couldn't be loaded. This is some examples for server-side request forgery attack. Now I want to inject some malicious evil information in some server. That is possible through this. This is also an example for RFI, remote file inclusion attack. Here, see here, what this XML script is doing. It is from malicious site, from maliciousserver.com. It is injecting an evil information into the XML script. Okay, so this script, this malicious injection can be the malicious script, whatever they are declaring in between, that can be injected anywhere inside the subtag, a subtag or root tag. So this is an example for external XML entity injection. Okay, fine. That's it about this. So now another example. Here what I'm doing is I'm calling two XML scripts. Okay, first one that will display just an evil information, and along with that, after loading the evil information, and another entity. See, here I'm using two entities. One is XXE and another one is payload. See, this XXE entity will display evil information, that is this one, from maliciousserver.com evil site, and entity payload will display just an alert message, that is hello. So how it is getting displayed? See, I'm using a root XML tag. Inside that I'm calling payload and XXE. So first payload alert is called. After alert, then your evil information is loaded. Now click on validate XML to see this. See, first the hello prompt and then malicious information evil is loaded. See, that's it. Now in this, I want to show only alert box, and I want to hide evil information. So now see here, the evil information is associated with a entity XXE. So remove this entity XXE and have only payload. Payload entity will load only alert. Okay. XXE entity has information related to evil suffer, evil information related to some from malicious server. Okay, now click on validate XML. Yes, it is displaying only hello message and will not display evil information. That's it. So this is a simple example to demonstrate XML external entity injection attack. Now let's show you what are the ways to avoid this. Disable document type definitions, DTDs. The safest way to prevent XXE external entity injection attack is to disable the DTDs. So wherever the DTDs are used here, disable those DTDs. Disable the DTDs here. So to disable the DTDs in your configuration file, you can use factory.set feature Apache org XML features disallow document type declaration. Okay, that you have to set it to true. So then this will not allow DTDs. So this will disable this particular function will disable DTDs. Disable external entities using this script. Use the updated libraries. Validate the inputs properly. Use less vulnerable formats, and before releasing the application, make a proper security checks and tests. Okay, these are the measures to avoid XML external entity injection attack. Okay, fine. Thank you.